Sarah Penick, I am a member of the audience.
Amy Penick, member of the audience.
Lily Penick, member of the audience.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be giving an informative speech about starting seeds indoors. The speech title is Starting Seeds Indoors. The purpose is to inform you on seed germination indoors and the methods. The central idea is growing seedlings interesting, fun, and rewarding. There is more to propagation of seed than light, dirt, and water. Each seed has a specific method to growing, and there are different soil mediums you can use. After I share this info with you, you will be able to start your own seed, making a garden flourish or a landscape beautiful. There is a process you should follow, though. The process, equipment needed, okay, that card's written wrong. First, soil. One must ready their soil. Jiffy mix is inadequate. There are 4 good qualities to soil. You need good drainage, which you would use sand. Good water retention, which would be essentially like a sponge absorbing water and holding it, and you use perlite because it's porous. It's actually a volcanic glass that's got pores in it. Next one would be aeration. You need it to hold air. Think of air bubbles throughout the soil. They also provide gaps for the roots to grow. And that would be perlite as well as vermiculite. Food, you need organic matter, good organic potting soil or humus, and maybe topsoil with fertilizer, slow-release fertilizer pellets or what have you. As stated by Colleen Vanderlinden, the perfect soilless recipe, organic gardening about.com. She starts with a coconut core base, which is what I also do. It provides really good moisture retention. My mix actually has a little bit more soil, or I don't do a soilless one. First, with my mix, I start with a 1 cubic foot or 1 brick of coconut core, which expands to 8 quarts. Then I add a cubic foot of potting soil and a 5-pound bag of topsoil, just to add a clay element. Then you need 2 pounds of sand for all of that, and 2 pounds of vermiculite, and then maybe about a ½ pound or so of the fertilizer granules if any of those additives you have in there do not have that in it. You know, if it's already in one of the bags, you obviously don't need to add it. I use 36 cell trays, so the cells are bigger and they provide more space for root growth. Now you have to fill the trays with your mix. You basically pour it on top of it and pat it into it until it's a hard sponge-like consistency. Now they are ready to seed. The seeds all require a different treatment, pre-treatment prior to planting them. There are 3 different common methods. One is stratification or cold treatment, and basically you're fooling the seed into thinking it went through a winter. Second is, here we go, and that was a source by Sespania Tripetti of Gardening Advice, www.gardenweb.com. second is scarification. You have to scar up the seed, basically scuffing or scratching the outer shell of the seed. And this allows the seed inside, or the plant inside that seed, to escape, essentially. Thirdly is a wet treatment, or a soak. And this helps the seed's outer shell break down. All different seeds don't all need all three treatments. They need one or the other, sometimes a combination of a couple. Anyway, when the seeds are ready after they have been treated, you need to figure out what planting depth you will need. It can be found, if it can't be found on the packet, it can be found online. Plant more than one seed per hole, because some will not germinate. When too many do, just clip the others at the base, so you end up with just one plant in each pot or cell. A first watering will then be needed. Moisture. They need moisture to grow, obviously. Initial watering, you want to fill the bottom tray with roughly a ½ inch of water so it soaks up from bottom to top. Like the mix that you made should soak that up like a sponge. After this, you check daily and spray the tops of each cell with a bottle sprayer until, or when it is needed, I should say. You need to be the judge of that. Beware, there is such a thing as overwatering. Now, it will need light and warmth to grow. Light and warmth on newly planted cells requires 16 hours of light. Light should be, your grow light should be roughly 2 inches above the trays, raising the height as the plants grow taller. Heat pads will help raise the germination rates. Use timers to schedule the lighting. Set up 4 48-inch shop lights with T12 or T8 bulbs. This should provide enough lit area for 6 trays of plants. Use 32-watt T8s or T12 bulbs with a color temperature of 4100 degrees Kelvin. This is pretty close to what sunlight is, but on the warmer side of things. Once under lights, it will take weeks, perhaps months, for them to germinate. And after that, once they have established themselves in the cells, you need to then harden them off, and then later plant them. Hardening off young plants requires an adjustment period. Exposing to the outdoors gradually extending the exposure time each time you take them outside. The exposure consists of wind, sun, and rain. Source: Marie Ionati, How to Harden Off Plants, gardening.about.com. This step strengthens the stems and the leaves' cuticle cells, which helps the plant retain moisture so it doesn't shrivel up and die. Harden them off in partial shade until you can leave them outside 24/7, and then mist them daily. You now possess the knowledge to start your own plants. Don't pay $20 per plant when you can pay only $2 for 100 of them in a packet. It is awesome to watch things grow. Hopefully this will help you with your garden or landscaping. Conclusion: this will help you start your own seed. This can provide food and beauty to one's yard. Whichever the purpose, it will provide hours of enjoyment of one's garden, the food that you grow, flowers, color, and fragrance. I hope you will consider starting seed indoors. Thank you very much.